Hi guys, the video for this week is not really a happy one. As you can see right here, I have broken a pseudobulb on my Cattleya. This is the Oprah Winfrey Cattleya. Now, the reason that I was even doing anything with this was because I saw what looked like it could possibly be mold or mealybugs, and it was attacking this new growth. This was the newest growth that the plant had at the time that I purchased it. This one has developed in my care, and then we have a few more. I'll show you the kind of profile of this orchid because it is a very vigorous grower. But I was a little concerned because like a week after it arrived to me, the new growth started going black. And so if you were to look up the size of this orchid, it is not a small plant. And this new growth was probably about here more, and that entire portion was black. And so when I went to remove the sheath, it snapped. And it snapped here at this point, and for some reason it's like the camera doesn't know how to focus on this, but can you see that? This is the first time I've ever broken a pseudobulb, and mistakes happen. Now, it does feel a little mushy, just a little bit, but it's still firm otherwise. Now, the rest of this orchid, I mean, it's just putting out, like it's got an eye here, it's got an eye right under this one, it's got this new growth, it's putting down roots, it's got this new growth, it's got this eye. It's just got so much going on with this plant that I feel like I'm going to have to doctor it a bit. Now this new root and that new root, those are very promising for this orchid, because what I am going to do, because a lot of Cattleyas actually end up whining and pouting after a repot, I'm going to remove this entire root system. It is just utterly useless, dry, brittle, and I feel like with all of the stuff that this plant has going on, that it'll make it. Now we've got this one that at some point will mature and put down roots. We've got this one that's already putting down roots that doesn't look like it's coming quite from the pseudobulb, but more so from the rhizome. And so this is something very new for me. Like, I've never seen an orchid put down roots, or a Cattleya for that matter, put down roots from the rhizome. And it's looking like on this one, it is definitely the rhizome. Now, these Q-tips that I'm holding are because I want to seal off that wound with a bit of, not coconut, this is cinnamon, just regular ground cinnamon from my kitchen. Want to make sure to coat it, and it's only for this plant, so I'm not so much concerned. But I just want to place it on the pseudobulb where that wound is. And for me, I like to put it on and then use the other side as a Q-tip to kind of press down, hopefully release a little bit of moisture so that I know that it's like a paste and sealing it in. So this is pretty much going to hopefully close off the wound from any bacteria or anything like that, but it very likely will kill this pseudobulb off, which I would prefer it dry out and I just am able to remove it than to just take it off right now, because I feel like this one, something was definitely going on. It didn't quite turn out to be mealybugs, but something was going on where it killed off that new growth and it started molding. It was, I don't know, it was strange. First time for everything. But this plant is one that really, the rhizome is what is pushing this plant forward. And so if you look here, the rhizome is giving me so many directions of growth. Like, I can't believe it. I actually went and bought a second one after I got this orchid. So we've got this going this way, this going this way. Not seeing very much on this side of the plant, so I'm thinking this was the beginning of the plant. But let me turn on the flash on this camera so you guys can see bright. So you guys can kind of see what I'm seeing in person, hopefully. Lots of mold and residue on the leca, on the roots. It's a mess. It's not quite getting, what are you? the most light that it could need. But I kid you not, like even here on the rhizome, we've got an eye that's probably going to pick up and take off. And so just from how many roots are in the pot, you can see that this orchid can definitely fill a pot. Now, these are the roots that came with it when I purchased it. And these are pretty much the roots I'm going to get rid of. I am going to try to save some, but I really feel like Cattleyas end up killing off their root systems with a repot or anything kind of traumatic anyway. So I'm going to save myself the time because this is the size of the pot. And with the fact that we've got roots that, you know, this would probably be growing outside of the pot if it continued in the direction it was going. So getting rid of the root system that's in here would definitely consolidate on the space and give me just enough to make sure that the new growths are growing in the actual pot. So I just wanted to show you the mistake that I made with this orchid and share that with you. I'm not sure because none of the other ones really have those same kinds of markings. It was just something very strange. So if you have any idea what was going on here, please, please, please share. I mean, just look at it. Like, I think she'll be fine without this root system, and hopefully the setback from this pseudobulb will inspire it to really activate that one and this one and just grow forward. So I just can imagine this Oprah Winfrey orchid just circling and circling and filling the pot. So unfortunately, this is not a happy video, but it's something that happens at some point, I feel like, in your orchid growing